Welcome to Chat with Me. I am so excited. As always, I have an incredible guest for you today. This is my dear friend. Please help me welcome Synclaire.
Hi.
Synclaire, I'm so happy you're here. It is not easy to get out there and just share your private, personal story, and I'm just so honored that you chose my platform to come and share that with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. It's great to be here, and it's gonna be fun.
It's going to be fun. So Synclaire is here to talk to us about adoption. So you were adopted.
Yes, I was adopted. I was born in China, and I was raised by a single mother who was from America.
Wow.
So she's never married, nothing like that. So yeah.
She made a choice to go to China
Yes.
and find you, right, basically.
Yeah.
Were you an infant?
So I was 17 months old, so I was a little
okay.
over a year. And the way that my mother told me, when I say mother, obviously I'm referring to my adoption mother.
She's your mom.
Yeah, like she's my mom. I'm always gonna call her my mom. But yeah, so the way she told me is that she has tried in the past to have children, and it didn't work out for her, or stuff like that. And so she was like, okay, well maybe I'll just adopt a child.
That's
and
wonderful.
she was thinking of a child in China. And my mother called this like a God's wink, because initially, when she was talking to the people over the phone, they were telling her that, oh, we have this 17-month-old, little girl, and etc. But we also know that people like to look for newborns. And they're like, oh, well, you can look at the 17-month-old girl, or you can, we can maybe see if we have any newborns. And my mom's like, I'll take the 17-month-old. So it was kind of like by chance that she got me, basically. And so my mom, she went over to China, and obviously it was back during the days with the whole, China had the whole one-child policy thing.
Oh, right.
So
right. All families could only have one child and one child only.
So they had that, and so there's obviously a lot of children in adoptions, and most of them obviously were females. And I was one of them. But when my mom went over there, though, she was, as I mentioned, she was single, so she flew by herself all across the country.
Wow, she's so brave. No, this is a big deal.
Yeah, she did a lot in order to get me.
And we're talking how many years ago? Do you mind me asking how old you are?
I'm 16.
Oh,
no, I'm 26.
You're 26, so we're talking 25 years ago, 24, 25 years ago.
Yes, 25 years ago.
Wow.
And she got me around the end of November. So, so it was during the winter time. So she flew over there by herself. She met up with a bunch of other people, other couples or singles.
Oh, who were also going there for adoption.
Right.
Okay.
So they were also there, and they had to travel. I remember reading, because I found my mom's diary when she took over there.
Mom's diary.
So I know, right? Dirty mom stuff.
We'll call it a journal.
Yes, that's true. It's more accurate. So let's not be middle school people. All right. But she, in her journal, she wrote that they were in Shanghai first, and then they had to go on. She said that they were initially supposed to go on an airplane, but then it got changed to a train.
Okay.
But it was an 8-hour train ride.
Oh my goodness! So she's already had this crazy flight.
Oh yeah,
now
this
train
was
ride.
like at least a good 4. I want to say like maybe 4 days in China that she was there. But they had to go from Shanghai to the small little city called Hefei, I believe it's called. My Chinese isn't good, so just sorry. Hefei, and then there was also another city. It was like either Hefei or my mom always said that I was found in Wuhu, so that was one of the main cities. But anyway, so when I got there, they got to the adoption center. They got to see. So basically, on the day of seeing the kids that they were going, or not kids, but the children
The
that they were going
babies
to
or the
adopt.
children. Mm-hmm.
On the day that they were going to go see them, my mom got to meet not only me, but she also got to meet the foster parents who raised me.
Wow.
And it was very interesting. And there's pictures my mom has, which was really cool. So I got to at least see it, even though I don't remember it.
Right. And how did you get into foster care?
Well, so I don't know exactly too much of the details of that. I just know that I think what it is that they bring me, because when I was found, which by the way, really quick tidbit.
That's, yeah, I want to know. Wait, this is a big one. This is not a quick one. How are you found?
So the people at the adoption center told my mom that I was apparently put on a train in a basket, and there was no note, nothing, because, you know, it's illegal to just abandon your child without anything. So you can get thrown in prison or even worse for that. So they found me on a basket on a train, and somebody found me there, and then they took me to the orphanage. And what I'm assuming happens is I stay at the orphanage for a little bit, and then they probably have foster parents who probably taken the children for a little bit up until probably their adoption day. I'm not too entirely sure. I actually haven't dwelled upon this. That's a good information.
No, I love this. It's amazing. So, well, I don't love the fact that you're left in a basket, but how you found your mom and how your mom found you, to me, was just meant to be. It's such a beautiful story.
Yes, and my mom told me that there was a lot of crying. So
happy tears, right?
For her, well, it's like it was both. It was bittersweet because my mom, because she got to meet the foster parents that raised me for a little bit. It was very sad for them, obviously, because, you know, they raised me for a little bit. I was seeing this, you know, foreign white person I had never met before, and I'm like, who is this? And I was crying.
Right. So, she didn't even speak your language.
No, she didn't speak my language. And then, of course, my mom was crying because that was the first time that she saw me.
Yeah.
And she was also crying a little bit, too, because it was also bittersweet because she knew, you know, the foster parents.
The foster parents were losing you.
Aww. But I just remember when I was reading my mom's journal, like, the one line is said that when I first saw you, I thought you were beautiful. And I was like,
oh, you are beautiful. You are beautiful. So with having been placed in a basket and on the train with no note, there's no
way for me to know anything about my biological
parents. You can't find your birth family and your lineage and all that stuff, right?
Right. And when that's a lot of questions, that is one of the main questions that I tend to get a lot from people who I tell them that I was adopted. And one of the question is, well, have you ever, you know, wanted to find your biological parents? Unfortunately, there's really no way of me to find them. Like I have recently taken a DNA test.
Oh,
just
that's
out
right.
of curiosity.
Yes.
So I took a DNA test on Ancestry.com.
Okay.
And I turns out I'm actually half Chinese and half Korean.
There's no other way you could have known that.
Yeah, there's no other way.
Okay, so one parent must have been Korean and one parent must have been Chinese.
or somewhere down that lineage.
Oh, just through the lineage.
So it could have been one there. But I also was like, 'cause, you know, sometimes they'll say like, you know, oh, hey, you might match up with this person or that person. There wasn't, when I was looking on the Ancestry after the results, there wasn't really they ranged from like, I think, low to like, what was it, like great match or something.
Oh, okay.
And like all of my matches were like a half and half. It was like down split 50. So it was like I wasn't sure these people were actually, you know, relatives of mine. So unfortunately, there's not really a way unless I had to dig a lot deeper, which probably be a little bit more expensive.
I know, right? And at this point, it sounds like your relationship with your mother is incredible. So you have a family. It's not...
And like I have a family, and it's like obviously the life that my mom gave me, she tried to give me the best life that I have. So it's like I do feel very blessed to have her in my life.
Your mom sounds amazing. I've heard wonderful things about her. I can't wait to meet her. That's wonderful. So for you, you don't need to find the biological family because now you know a little bit about your heritage, which is great. I love the Korean and the Chinese involved. So you can actually just research those things, in fact, if you want to know some historically speaking. But it sounds like your mother has raised you in a way that you just feel content in what you have.
Yeah, and like I know my mom does try very hard to make me be more aware, basically, that this is the culture that I did come from.
Okay.
So like anytime my mom meets someone who's like Chinese, she's always like, oh, Synclaire, you want to meet this person? I gotta show you the person, the Chinese, and like blah blah blah. Because
does she try to set you up with Chinese men?
She wants to. I know she wants to, but I'm like, Mom, let's not even go there. But she has tried to teach me about my Chinese culture, and I did try taking a Chinese language course, but it was when I was like maybe 13 or 14, which, you know, sometimes the memory, you know, the brain is a little harder to process. And I'm not that very good with language to begin with. So it's
And
very hard.
hormonal. At 13, you're kind of hormonal. And
Yeah, and it's like, and Chinese is a very hard language to learn to
Yes.
begin with. They have a lot of characters and a lot of tones that you have to be aware of. So it's a hard language in general. So unfortunately, I don't know too much except for like a couple of like the generic words.
Right.
But other than that, though, like my mom, she's always celebrated Chinese New Year with me. She's
So beautiful.
always she's very open-minded when it comes to like having me be more involved with my culture and just just learn about it.
I love that.
So,
And how about you now that you've been adopted? Do you feel like you see adoption in your future? Would you like to adopt children, or do you want to have your own? Or
I definitely would say I would be very open to adopting.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I mean, obviously we all want to have, our own kids, being from birth and everything. But like, I know sometimes, life sometimes it takes a curveball sometimes and
Yeah.
it just wants you to do something else. So yeah, I would definitely be open.
Aw. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing your story with us.
Yeah,
I
of
think
course.
you are incredible, and your story is amazing. And you just seem like such a put together, bright, and creative young woman. But thank you. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, take care of yourselves and don't forget to take care of each other.